Thanks for joining us on this edition of NECA Newscast. I'm your host, Dominic Giratano. Today, we're going to go in-depth with our 2009 Legislative Conference coverage. We'll give you an update on the economic stimulus package and how it will affect NECA members. And finally, tell you how the NECA and the IBEW hosted members of Congress at Green Jobs open houses across the country. Keep your browser locked in right here. With the change in power in Washington, D.C. this year, it's more important now more than ever before for constituents to get some face-to-face time with their representatives. And the 2009 NECA Legislative Conference provided an excellent chance to do just that. Speakers included Senator Sam Brownback from Kansas, Representative Russ Carnahan from Missouri, and former White House spokesman Dana Perino.
This is an investment in your future, in your company, and in our industry. And you folks here, all of you, have an opportunity to change what we're going to do and where we're going to go as an industry in the long term.
Well, constituent action has always been important in Washington, and I don't think that will change because at the end of the day, all politics is local. NECA has had to deal with about 1 million jobs lost during this economic downturn, and so they have a lot of issues that they can bring to members of Congress and put a face on it.
Attendees had the exciting opportunity to meet face-to-face with their representatives and put NECA issues on the table. These meetings proved to be invaluable not only to these NECA contractors but also to the representatives themselves. For his part, Representative Carnahan said when it comes to his colleagues in the United States Senate and the House of Representatives, not listening to NECA members would be a huge mistake.
We need your expertise. It would be the equivalent of legislative malpractice if we didn't talk to you and you didn't talk to us. Otherwise, we're going to find ourselves making policy that doesn't make sense.
Economic concerns dominated discussions at the legislative conference. One of President Obama's first actions as president was the economic stimulus. Now, 6 months into his term, we're starting to see how the work is progressing.
I think what really got the attention of this administration was the fact that this industry could move to work very quickly, that we could put people to work fast. Therefore, it's really, really important that you are tuned in to where that activity is as early as possible.
The American Recovery and Reinvestment Act is a $789 billion bill that includes $81 billion for infrastructure projects, including power and lighting work, $50 billion for renewable energy projects and energy efficiency, and $11 billion to modernize the power grid.
We are seeing lots of opportunities for all of our members. And the thing that I'm hearing the most is these stimulus monies are moving from the federal government into the states. So part of our job is to have our members recognize that these funds will be available at some point in the states in various forms, block grants, in forms of research, and we need to help them understand how to take advantage of those funds.
Up to $7 billion of this money is prime for the taking by electrical contractors. So how can you get your hands on some of it? Well, first, you got to understand the mechanics of the funding and the bidding process. That means familiarize yourself with the guidelines and deadlines for bidding on these projects, many of which are starting right now. Visit state and local construction websites on a regular basis to stay abreast of the work going on in your area. Be sure to have the manpower and resources available to move fast and show that in your bid. Finally, be aggressive. Our government affairs team is hard at work for you. From the top to the bottom, we're making sure you have the tools you need to be successful in bidding these important projects.
We've got a tremendous opportunity to work with, in a partnership fashion with the IBEW and their lobbying team to try to provide our members with these new opportunities that are in the stimulus. And we're alerting our chapters as soon as we hear of these opportunities and keeping our members involved each and every week. That's the best suggestion that I could offer for the chapter to learn of these new opportunities.
To get your hands on a full listing of all ARA resources for NECA members, well, go to www.necanet.org/takeaction. Also, you can keep up with green energy news at NECA's new Energy Solutions blog. You can find that at energysolutions.necanet.org. Over the Memorial Day congressional recess, several members of Congress visited Green Jobs open house events at local NECA IBEW training centers. The program showcased how the electrical construction industry is already training workers for the jobs of tomorrow. Renewable energy jobs like wind and solar, and energy efficiency techniques like lighting controls and building automation. 92 members of Congress took part in the festivities showing off the Green Jobs curriculum of the NJATC. Congressman Ed Perlmutter from Colorado's 7th Congressional District was on hand at Rocky Mountain NECA's training facility in Denver during the open house. He had this to say about the NECA and the IBEW's role in green jobs and the stimulus package.
This is where it's really happening. We passed the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act just 2 or 3 months ago. It is the largest energy bill ever passed, and the focus is to take us into a new economy, an energy economy, and you all are going to be at the forefront of that, because we cannot any longer continue to send our money overseas or pollute our atmosphere. This system that you put in place is what we've got to do across the nation. No ifs, ands, or buts. You know, it's very simple. It's a no-brainer. It's good for national security, it's good for jobs, and it's good for the climate.
Mike Callanan, Executive Director of the NJATC, estimates that a majority of the IBEW members across the country have had some green training. Now, this puts their NECA contractors light years ahead of the game in bringing these jobs to the market. That's it for this edition. NECA Newscast is taking a summer vacation, but we'll see you in Seattle for NECA's annual convention and trade show in September. Early registration closes July 24th, so visit www.necaconvention.org today to register online. Until next time, thanks for being with us. I'm Dominic Geritano.